Hi folks, welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Now tonight I just want to get stuck back into the trailer. I'm trying to keep a bit of momentum on it. A little bit of decoration now. I've done pretty much all the fabrication now. That neck is excellent, it works. I had a little test tow around the yard and it's excellent, it just works perfectly. As I showed you, it is sitting now at the right angle, so all the construction is done. I've got the fenders on, I've got the chains and the little finials and some other bits and pieces. I've got some cheeky rope coming. I found some rope on eBay today, some hemp 3-strand rope. That's going to get somehow included in things, and now is the best part really. I'm putting off the wiring because I hate wiring, and it is a dark mystical art and I hate it. I don't really understand it brilliantly. I like things I can touch and adjust with spanners. When it comes to electrics, I'm just not that good at it, but I will easily be able to wire the lights in, that's not a problem. I'll make some nice conduit to put the wire through and it will be a nice tidy job. I've got to get myself a light board for that. I haven't got the money to buy it at the minute. They're sort of like £20–25, and I want to get a decent one with small lights. I don't want great big fat lights on the back. It's only a tiny little rear on the trailer, so it's got to have the right size. So anyway, all I'm going to do tonight is show you what I've done with the fenders. I haven't really done much on these. I've just kind of took them off and I've just been doing them along the side and didn't include anything. I just want to show you what I've done with the fenders. I'm going to trim up the scrim on those and get them bolted onto the trailer tonight. That is the first thing, and I've got time. And I'll move a bit further, and I think it's time to get one or two of the finials on, because I want to get those little decorative things here. I want to get them on the trailer as well. Daft and ridiculous, I know, but it's all just a bit of fun. It's not serious, and it wouldn't really be a rat trailer without them. So there you go. Stick around, stay tuned. I appreciate you watching. Let's see what happens tonight. So here we are with the fenders. Now what I've done with these, I haven't really included much footage of what I've done with these because I've been getting stuck into the trailer itself, doing the scrim, getting everything done, and the interior, the roads. You've seen what we've been doing as we're going along. I thought I'll just do these as I'm going, but I just want to show you how we've done them. Now I wanted to have a little experiment. I like to experiment and do new things. I ran out of the old spray glue. When I did the sides of the trailer, spray the spray glue on, stick the scrim on, then you paint it afterwards. Now I didn't really have any for these, so I thought, I wonder if the paint would stick the stuff on, and it has done. But what you need to do first is this. You kind of need to drum skin it. I've kind of just used this string to stretch the scrim over. It's 2 layers of scrim. You can see what I've done. Kind of did a layer that way, straight on. Then there's a second layer going that way. You can kind of see it, and that gives the impression of depth. Now that's only two thin coats of paint, and it's had a good few weeks to dry. And the only thing now to do is get the knife and trim this off. And I've painted especially thick in these edges, so it's gone hard, and I'm hoping that the paint has stuck this scrim to the fender. I sanded it down first, give it a good 80 gritting over so it does grip a little bit, and I'm hoping that when I trim this off, it's not just going to fall off in a heap because I didn't glue it on first. We shall see. I don't know how successful, like I said, this is going to be, but it was just a case of tightening it up, tighten it right up so it's like an absolute drum skin, and then paint it on and let it harden for a few days. But whether or not seems to have worked. The paint itself acts like a pretty good glue. You just got to get the product tight enough first. When I first did it, it just flopped around all wet and soggy and made a right mess. So you have to tighten it down. I think the shape of the fender just lent itself perfectly to having the scrim stretched across it. It wouldn't work on a flat surface, but there you go. It worked on this. Now, that should be fun. Obviously if it comes off, I can do it again. Just experimenting really. Pretty cool. I just know I'm going to cut myself. sort of pulling it in that way, just so as not to encourage it ripping off. Pretty much on there. There you go folks, it's as easy as that. Now I just wanted to say as well, I had about 5 or 6 people, it would appear, have taken to the scrim and they started to scrim their bikes. Somebody sent me a video, a walk around video over Suzuki VX800, I think it is, which has all been scrimmed, very silly. My good mate, friend, John, he's done his entire CX500, which is excellent. So it seems the scrim is catching. It's good fun. There we are, nearly there. Almost there. There we go. Let's bring it down. There we are. Not bad at all really. It sticks quite well. Doesn't come off the edges at all, doesn't fray off or lift, because I just kind of painted over it right into the loose bit that's not touching anything. It seems to have stuck quite well. A couple more coats once it's on the trailer and that should do the trick. So there we go. Now what I've got to do is find those 4 little holes. There's one there, and then make sure I can still stick, there it is, make sure I can still stick the rivets or the screws through. Let's screw them on the trailer. Obviously, in the best terms of Blue Peter, here's one I did earlier. So there's my 2 fenders. Let's get them on the trailer. Here we are, coming to you from inside the trailer. It's just rivets I just used, just to hold them in. Just to retain the holes. I'm sure this bitumen and all the stuff I've painted on would have blocked them up in no time. There we go. Right. What I'm worried about, or thinking that might be the case, possibly, is that having fitted all this thick scrim and thick bitumen paint on the inside, that these screws are not going to be long enough. They should be. And true enough, there's barely any spare bolt there. I think this has probably doubled in thickness since I first did it, so initiative, I guess. Right, so welcome back to...
I'm back from work.
Penny Pitts, camera girl. You do it properly now. She's so much more than a tripod.
The expert's here.
Steady. Alright, take your rivets out. I'm just going to try and line these up as they originally were. The original holes are still there, even through the screen. Pretty impossible to see where the holes are. just going to put the nuts on their own rather than with washers. I think this has become so rigid and the walls of this have become so tough, I'm not going to use the washers. Plus the fact they're a lot thicker now, so the washers won't go on anyway. It's kind of Hobson's choice. This will be so much easier without the wheels on. So there we are, all fitted. Haven't used the big washers inside, just can't do it. They're not, I think this is too thick now. We've got 3 layers of scrim on the sides and all this thick rubber bitumen paint on the inside. The knob screws ain't long enough, as we said. So the nuts only just catch, and all I've done is screw them in and just kept winding them in until the nuts have just gone into the rubber surface, and they're going to stay there, they ain't coming off. That's fine. I shall put some grip fill over the top of those, and for any concerns that they're not strong enough is irrelevant. I mean, you can pick the trailer up by them, they ain't going anywhere. So there we are, that's a mud guards, fenders, whatever you want to call them, on. Final part of the basic construction. Like I said earlier on, I'm going to put the lights off till the end because I'm still messing around with decoration. I've got, as I said at the beginning, I've got some plans for these. I've run out of time now, so I'll get this spliced and uploaded. These are going to go on the tops, and the chain is going to start getting laced on, and then it's starting finally to look like a rat trailer, and I'm loving it. Good stuff. Okay, that's all for now. Fenders are on. She's now almost complete, but it is in the detail. It's those last little things, those last little details, doing all these bits and pieces that take the time, and they just seem to go on. And I still know I've got 1, 2 number plate, lights 1, number plate 2, chain 3, finials 4. I've got 4 or 5 jobs left still before I can go anywhere like towing this, and as I want to get near it. Okay, there we are. Thanks for tuning in and watching Delboy's Garage. I always appreciate your support and all the great comments. Keep them coming. Ride safe. Let's get all through the winter in one piece, and let's see you next time. Take care.